We are live. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 34. If you're watching the replay, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Check out these other guys' channels. Links in the description. We got Mr. John from A&J, Stanley Orchard, and Steve from Hall & Ash. What's up, guys?
What's up?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday. How's everybody else in the chat? How's your Monday going?
Adventure Roads, good to see you. Thank you, sir. Danny Baker.
How you doing, Janet?
Miss Janet. Got to give Janet some props for the video we put out today. Most of it was her.
Yep.
Nice.
She was a trooper on that. I'm not going to say I'm envious because Rachel does a good job with that, but man, that makes all the difference in the world, having that help on the camera. And you get some really cool behind-the-scenes stuff. Kyler was doing that surfing thing. I was totally stoked to see him doing that on video. That was cool and not something that I was able to film, so it was nice to see.
What did you call him?
I called him Kyler.
I knew that opportunity would come up during this live stream.
Yeah, you got me on that. Hey, if he's there, tell him I apologize for that. I'm really bad with names, obviously. I got his name wrong in my video.
That was awesome.
Sorry.
He is not here, but I will let him know. He's got him a new girlfriend, so
you won't see him for a while.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Yep. Janet, what's his name, Stanley?
Hey, me and Kenneth are buds, okay? I got this now.
What's up, Ben? Spectre 2499, good to see you.
What's up, Dennis?
Ben's in the house.
Yeah, Ben, that's what I'm talking about. Drinking a little Highland Queen Majesty myself right now.
Ooh, we don't have that up here.
Fancy stuff.
Yeah. It's I typically live off the bottom shelf. I did not do that on this one.
Good. That's good.
Got to treat yourself every now and then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moving some stuff around here. No. Is that your dog?
Adventure Roads, I'm reading your comment on there. I don't know the backstory on that, but that sounds interesting, to say the least.
8 males to prison, 1 female, northern Michigan to southern Michigan. Well, you're in my neck of the woods, Adventure Road, so I'm going to guess if you were in northern Michigan, it must have been like Marquette. Big prison up in Marquette. Keep on going, the UP, even further up, Stanley. Yeah. And then down to southern Michigan, boy, there's a ton, maybe Ionia, Jackson. There's a bunch of them down in southern Michigan. So tell us where you went, Adventure Roads. I'm curious.
I think he's up.
Yeah, we got Mike in the house, too.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike? I think Adventure Roads is up around the Kalkaska area.
Okay. Then he probably went like Traverse City or something. Well, I'm hoping he'll tell us where he went. I'm not going to guess, but there's prisons all over in Michigan. We got several cousins that work in them. Traverse City to Jackson and Ypsilanti. Well, you went right by my house, Adventure Roads. Right by my house.
I guess you didn't
If
have to.
he's hauling inmates, you want to be careful of that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't drop them off here in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I figured he'd stop and pick you up.
Oh.
I love how you pronounce that, by the way. Charlotte? Is that how y'all say it?
Yep, it's not Charlotte. Our little town is called Charlotte. And there was a guy when they settled this town back in the 1830s. His wife's name was not Charlotte, it was Charlotte. And so he named this town after her, which is Charlotte.
Nice.
Yep.
Cheers, WTF Mike, David Martin. Good to see you guys. Mark J. Larson Outdoors.
So, Mark.
Cool.
Anybody do any fishing this weekend?
I did not.
Nobody.
Everybody's back in school, and I'm just like, I just kind of took a weekend. Well, I helped my father-in-law move. Okay, real quick. I got a funny story for you on this. This is, I think people could appreciate this a little bit. Every now and then we get a little bit of guerrilla with the fishing that we do down here. So there is a boat ramp out on Pottery Island that I go to get my bait from time to time. And I have been kicked out of there because it's a members only boat ramp for the neighborhood, like an HOA kind of a thing. So I get kicked out of there, fine, whatever. I go across the street, I get my bait there. I don't make a big deal out of it, but I also continue to go back there and continue to get kicked out from time to time. So my in-laws, Rich and Maxine, Rachel's parents, put a bid on a house in that neighborhood, and it comes with a membership to that boat ramp. You're damn right I'm going to be sitting out on that boat ramp kicking people out of there stealing my bait.
No doubt.
Get off my lawn.
Exactly. I'm just waiting. I'm just biding my time until I can be that guy. And the very first time, I can't wait to go down there one more time, be casting up some bait and have them try to kick me out of there. I got my card now. I cannot wait.
I belong here now.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Get
cool
the
kids
RV
club.
repaired, hooked up, and backlash. That don't sound fun. That don't sound fun at all. So this weekend I did a little more plumbing work, which if anybody's been following along, I hate plumbing worse than most things I can even think of. And I got to do a little work on the boat where I did an upgrade, changing out some of the interior courtesy lights. It's probably my next boat upgrade video. I'm going to add some lighting to the interior of the boat for better night fishing. Changing out to LEDs, going with blue lights. So it'll probably be a while before I finish that whole project. So I'll just film on the way. And then when I'm done, I'll put the video together.
How often do you do night fishing?
Say again?
How often do you do night fishing?
I don't do it often, but I want to start doing it more because it's so effing hot. If you want to fish, you also fish at night. Crappie bite better at night here when it's this hot. Catfish typically bite better at night. So a lot of good freshwater
flounder?
fish. Yeah, flounder, from what I hear.
Okay. That's what I want to hear.
I just haven't been down there to night fish much because I fish all day. I'm wore out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the lighting in. I am going fishing this coming Friday at Calaveras. I'm going to go old school drift fishing for some catfish, see what we can find in the lake there.
Nice.
Yeah. Need to get out solo trip and relax. And
I would say the last big crappie that Janet caught, we were fishing at night. She caught one that was close to 2 pounds. I think that's the last big one I can remember either one of us catching. She caught at night. It was 2 years ago.
that'd be delicious.
Mm-hmm.
With the Chad, how you doing?
Massive freaking fish, man.
Higgs Rock Farm.
Higgs Rock Farm. Good to see you. I looked for you on Facebook. Looked for you on Facebook, and your Facebook account was deleted. I was wanting to get a hold of you. Holler at me, Higgs Rock Farm.
All right.
Who's that, Grant?
He is in Western Kentucky.
Who is it?
Higgs Rock Farm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The Huntsman, good to see you as well.
Yep. Good evening.
Jeff Bottom, you guys asked if anybody went fishing. Well, Jeff did call me and invite me to go. And last week when we did this, I thought I was going to go. And of course, things just happened in my world and I didn't get to go. But Jeff, thanks for the invite. I appreciate it. We'll get there someday.
I hope Jeff went out and got a bunch of them.
I hope he did too.
What'd you get, Jeff? I'm curious. And I'm also curious, Steve, you guys ever do any night fishing up on the Great Lakes up there?
I never have. That's one thing that I'd like to do, but I never have. And I know that Jeff has, but I've never done it.
I like
Sorry,
that.
Mike made me laugh.
What's that?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Mike made me laugh.
Come on, Mike. I said no comments about the dirty boat. It's gonna get.
Hey, you said that. You said that. I said that about the headliner in my truck in my beach video. You hypocrite.
Yeah, but did you guys see that head? Just take it down. It's flapping, hitting you. Just take it down. You don't need it.
It's easy to fix.
I had a Jeep.
I'm
like
afraid
that.
all that foam stuff raining all over me, and I can't fix my truck until I finish stuff like that.
Yeah, take the whole headliner out.
It's easy to fix, Stanley.
But you take the whole
You
thing
just have
out.
to rip it off and glue up the next one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to pull the whole thing out.
adhesive and spray it on there and stick it on, and you're good.
And then put it back in the truck.
Yep.
So in the meantime, just take it out.
Or leave it there.
It adds character.
It does add character.
What's up? Weekend Warrior, good to see you, Justin.
Hey, a good fishing boat is usually dirty. I'm just going to say that.
A good fishing boat is usually bloody. There's a difference.
I'm just going to say that my boat has been parked since the Au Gres trip when it was soaked from front to back. I told Chris, I said, we're just going to let this thing dry out for a while. We're not going to, well, it's dried out for how long now?
Yeah.
We haven't gone in it at all. I'm sure it's dry by now.
2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Almost 2 months, yeah. 23rd.
Holy smokes. How you go 2 months?
I can't believe it's been that long.
I can't either.
Yep, just been busy doing everything else in our life right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that going on.
Might as well sell the boat, Steve. I ain't had it out in 2 months. Might as well sell it.
Oh, man.
Zing. Yeah, just need some spray glue. You're right.
And see, that's the thing my wife told me about the Chevelle was if you're not going to drive it, sell it and get something that you're going to use. So I sold my Chevelle, bought the boat. Well, see the pattern?
You get back out in that boat.
Yeah, I've seen you just hop out there and go fishing on a whim enough times to know that you're getting some use out of that boat.
Yeah.
It was lived in. That thing I was at, it wasn't like beat up or nothing. You have a very nice boat, but you could tell you put that thing, you put it to work. You had a lot of the things that you typically expect to see on somebody who does a lot of fishing. You had you had some jerry-rigged items, which I respect. I don't mean that in any kind of offensive kind of way. You had like your pole that you had for your camera, stuff like that. And then you had your different setup. And not only did you have, your specific setup for how you're doing what you're doing, but you got out there in the water and like Chris just immediately started jumping on stuff. It was probably a 15, 20-minute process getting everything set up. And he was on it. And it was just like, this thing happens first. This goes over here, tighten that. The entire thing was laid out and set up. What would have been for me probably like a 2-hour process because I don't know what I'm doing. You had all that stuff done in like 20 minutes, and that's the mark of somebody who spent some time on the water.
Chris was pretty much already set up as we got out to the end of Au Gres. Before we hit the big water and started moving, he pretty much had all the rods set up with the baits that we were going to use. All we had to do when we got there was hook on the planer boards and go. So
Jeff,
that's a good first mate right there. He knows what I want to do and he gets it done.
Sounds like Jeff Bottoms had a pretty good day after all.
Oh, no luck duck. Good for you.
6 crappie, 9.5 to 11.5 inches. Nice.
What's no luck duck?
It's a nearby lake that a lot of us have fished on. It's called Duck Lake. And personally, I think I've caught maybe 2 bass and maybe a perch on it in 20 some years. So I always call it no luck duck. And it's pretty much everybody calls that lake no luck duck. Now, there's people that fish it and have tremendous amount of success. One of Chris's coworkers was showing me pictures of crappie and walleye that they're catching out of that lake. And I said, he's got to take me out because I've never caught a damn thing on that lake. Jeff is now figuring it out. He's catching some fish. A couple others that we know have done well with crappie. So that's just, you just got to get out there and try to figure it out. And it sounds like Jeff's figuring it out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good day, 22 fish.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Geo Bushcraft, Wolfie, good to see you. Yeah, I wish we would have had some video of the morning when you let the plug out of your boat there in Au Gres, Steve, because that was There was a lot of water. A lot.
Oh my God. It just would not quit, would it? It just kept going and going and going.
Well, the rain combined with the waves, and yep. So, who's got anything coming up?
Hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed on this. There's a possibility that I found the motor for my John boat that I've been looking for like 5 years. If that's the case, I finally get that John boat up and running. You can kiss all fish in the area goodbye.
Nice.
Just going to catch
Say
them
a
all.
prayer for me. Yep, I'm going for all of them. I'm talking saltwater. We got the lake over here. John, I'm going to be pulling you aside for some information and insight on what I need to do in these lakes up here, because I plan on hitting those also.
Cool.
I'm going to get into it.
City Girl Country Heart, good to see you there, CC. The Bullock Experience, hello.
Yeah, I've got, like I said earlier, I got Friday. I'm going to get out there and chase some kitty cats on Calaveras Lake. Grant, you got anything coming up that you know of yet or no?
Well, the Bullock Experience is there in the chat. Stanley and we're supposed to, I know Steve's got a dentist appointment, and I've actually got a dentist appointment tomorrow at 5. We're supposed to join them on his live stream tomorrow night. And then I'm not on call. I've been on call 4 out of the last 6 weeks, the past 2 weeks. And I'd like to try to do something Wednesday, Thursday, Friday maybe. Try to catch some fish somewhere.
Good.
It is squirrel season, so squirrel season came in August 1st, so that's a possibility too. We'll see what happens. That might be a Saturday.
I did not know there was a season on squirrel. Is that a Texas thing too?
Yeah.
No, it's here in Michigan too.
Yeah.
Huh, I did not know that.
Yeah. So don't just go randomly shooting squirrels. You might get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. See, ours is August 1st to like February 15th. It's the longest season we have for hunting. But like Kentucky actually has a spring squirrel season for like 3 weeks in April or something. May.
David Martin's asking you guys a question. What was the fish that Kyler or Tyler? What's the name, Stanley?
Kyler. He caught a gaff top. Sometimes they call them a cell-fin gaff top. Of the catfish out of the ocean, it's the one you'll eat, right? Throw the hard heads back, unless you're Stanley Orchard, and eat the gaff top. Gaff top actually are good eats. I compare them to regular freshwater catfish.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of a bias against eating those, but I think personally, it's because of the slime. They're a little splimey, but they're a good eating fish. And gaff top is what you got.
90% of the folks I talk to at the coast,
and I know I got chastised for misspelling his name.
They just don't want to throw them in their cooler and get slime in their cooler and have to clean them.
Yeah,
they go so far as I drag it on a rope behind the boat to knock the slime off, but you know,
I've heard that. I'm going to experiment with that one. I've never done that.
Yeah, they're a little slimier maybe than the freshwater ones, but not much worse than freshwater. So if you catfish freshwater, they wouldn't bother you.
Yeah.
Sunfish is
Savvy, everybody says hi. They just got in from school.
Hi. When are you going to build another sandcastle?
She ran off. It'll be like the very next time we head out there. That's an every time occurrence. No, she gets she gets her 2 seconds. You get your little 2 seconds. You want to get Savvy? You're gonna have to watch the videos. You're gonna have to. That's how you're gonna. I have to hold her, to the videos so I can get the views because I'm all about the views.
Yeah, that'll work, David. Spell it like that and Google it. You'll find it.
Yeah, I think it's 1 F, but yeah.
Yeah, either way, it's been misspelled enough that he'll take you to the right place.
And Danny says he doesn't like the taste. I don't blame you. Rachel's the same way. She doesn't like them either. I have eaten them next to other fish before, and you can tell the difference. If you have a fillet of gaff top and you have a fillet of like white, you put them next to each other, you're going to be able to tell the difference. The gaff top is like it's a little bit less firm, a little bit less flaky. I guess I don't know, but it's on its own. It's okay.
It has a, you bite it. It doesn't flake. But so it's a texture thing. But for me, flavor wise, it's hard to tell from anything else if you fry a bunch of fish together. But the textures where you can tell there's something different. But it's not bad. Yeah. Well, like I guess some people don't like it, but it doesn't bother me.
See, I thought he was talking about he didn't like the taste of squirrel.
Oh, don't
but it was gaff top.
Yeah, I haven't had squirrel since I was probably in high school. Last time I probably hunted squirrel was when I was up in Albuquerque or Au Gres before I joined the Army.
But I have never eaten squirrel. How do you prepare them?
Just like chicken.
Fry it, yeah. Fry it like chicken, like a rabbit, any of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you, Justin. Weekend Warrior Outdoors. Have a good one.
Good seeing you, man.
By. Thank you for stopping by.
There was a time.
People saying hi.
There was a time when Kyler was probably 12, 14 in that area where he would not eat chicken off the bone, but he would eat squirrel off the bone.
I can respect that.
All right, CC, thanks for stopping in.
Man, we got a bunch of people up in here tonight.
Seen 20 people and 17 thumbs up. If you hadn't hit that thumbs up, please do so. Share it out if you can. Send it to a friend.
Tree rats, do. It's not terrible.
We grew up doing rabbits. We could never find a place to hunt, so we trapped hogs and we would hunt rabbits. That to this day, we still have a couple of drinks and go hunt rabbits. But my mom would make Hassan pepper. It was like, they came from Germany. My grandmother's from Germany. And that was the recipe that they had was doing like rabbit stew, Hassan pepper.
Yep.
Higgs Rock Farm, I appreciate the offer for a velvet buck. How can I get a hold of you? Can't get you on Facebook anymore. Let me know how I can get a hold of you.
And what did he do that's so special to get the invite?
Because we're like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
Lisa Lee, good evening to you.
So I'm going to need you to be off that device. Copy me.
Boil them, fry them.
Yeah, Janet fries them. She fries it just like fried chicken.
Yeah, I agree. Never had no issue with it.
All right, Mark J, good to see you. Have a great week.
Been a long time.
Gotcha.
How do you prepare them? It's a squirrel fry like a chicken. Well, Grant, you probably could address Mike. I know how we do it, but why don't you tell Mike how you prepare them?
I don't think he's asking. I think he's just laughing at Stanley for not knowing.
Oh, okay.
He really took his time to write that out. Because my assumption, if I was going to get a recipe from Mike, I assumed he was going to be like sitting in a corner nibbling on it.
Oh, man. Let's see. What else is going on, guys? Who's got what going on?
I still have got a video, and I just have not done it, and I've got some reasons why I haven't done it. And I don't know. We caught 29 walleye that day. No small feat. So I probably, as far as, people want to see it. The thing was, Chris and I went, we were invited to go. I think I told you guys this before. And so Chris and I thought, well, we're going to try a Stanley Orchard thing and get some slow motion. Way too much slow motion. Both were shooting slow motion, and it's cool, but it kind of.
Then you did it just like how I do it.
Yeah. So we caught a bunch of walleye. Like I said, 29, and we had a good day. But man, just trying to piece together something that people want to see out of all that slow motion footage.
You got to vary it up.
And he made a 50-minute video from it.
Yeah.
All I got to say,
minutes, but the slow motion takes forever.
Yeah, if you didn't collect 3 hours worth of footage, then you didn't do it right. You got to have that 3 hours of footage to edit down. But you also got to have the not slow motion where you're talking about stuff and where it's the right. You kind of got to chop it up a bit.
Yeah.
So what's happening in October?
Yeah, what do we got?
42 years.
42.
That's not your age, because we know that'd be a lie.
Anniversary. You said what's coming in October. Judy and I'll be married 42 years in October.
Well,
I know the perfect vacation destination for a 42-year anniversary.
I would guess it'd be Sharkathon.
Yeah, Padre Island National Seashore.
That's right.
Yeah, that's where the rest of us will be.
I know.
Where is Miss Judy Ash at in the chat?
Upstairs talking with her mom. Yeah.
Oh, Ben. Yeah, okay. Hey, Ben brings up a heck of a point. So he had 2 reels get dragged through the surf. It's going to take him days to tear them apart and clean them. First off, I'm kind of curious what kind of reels you were using for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious what you did. Second off, Grant, how is your equipment faring right now?
Yeah, it's all trash.
Okay. Sorry.
But there's
nothing you can do about it. You could have sucked it in a bathtub for 2 weeks, and it still would have done that.
Yeah, it wasn't made for it in the first place.
So make sure you guys share out the video to help pay for the equipment.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
go.
I just sprayed mine
reels
down.
next time, Grant, when you go down to saltwater fish. Accurate reels.
Yeah, or 10. But yeah, mine, I just spray them down with the hose real good, and I've been doing that for years, and I haven't had any issues with them. So
I watch mine pretty heavy.
Dragging them through the surf, I don't know if you mean like in the sand, because then you got a whole nother issue. But mine don't go in the sand. They get wet, of course, because you're in salt water. But I just wash them down like I do the boat. Yes, I wash the boat before Mike says anything.
Janet asked me if we're coming down in October. At this point, Janet, no, I've got this 96-year-old commitment that I just need to not be more than about a day or 2 away from him at any time. So
there you go, the real upgrade.
Thank you, Stanley. Appreciate you. Cheers.
Hey, Mike's talking to you there, Steve.
Was Moses the preacher?
When you got married.
Oh,
That was a good one.
Damn,
Yeah.
Mike. I used to like you.
He said you two.
You're picking on me now like John picks on me about being old.
We just had our anniversary, but compared to you, it was only 36. So
yeah. And heck, we got married after I got done with college. So it took a while.
yeah. Yeah, yep.
Oh, all good.
Ben is saying he more help.
Well, thank you.
Okay, that spin fisher. Those spin fishers. Okay, so I forget which is which. The spin fisher, I think that's all stainless, and they got sealed screws and stuff, a sealed body on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about the bait casters. I don't use bait casters. You put them in a sonic water bath. I don't do that. I wash the crap out of them. Half the time I shower with them, but
Most of mine are pin fierce or pin battle. I don't even have the higher grade. And again, spray hose, wash it off real good when we're done. And that's all I've ever done. I've never had an issue with them. So
the only issues I've had were with the conflicts, and now those that busted that I rebuilt 2 of them. One of them crapped out when everybody was down. So I'm just really mad about the conflict.
That's crazy.
Is Conflict made by Penn, Stanley? Is that who?
Yeah, it's supposed to be one of their higher end reels too.
It's expensive. I can't afford them.
What's up, Monica?
That battle's a beast, though. That thing's been hell and back.
Yeah, that's what I like, battles and the fierce.
And I got that one. What is that? I don't remember that other high end one they got. I used for the shark rod.
Well, Grant, since you don't have one and I do, and I don't get down there, maybe I ought to just send you my. I got a Penn battle. I'll just send down to you, and you can go ahead and trash that thing in the salt and rinse it off. It'll be fine.
Yes, it will.
Why do you have it and not use it? I mean, that thing's.
I haven't used it in salt water. I bought it specifically for when I would go down and fish down in Florida.
I figured that.
And I have not used it since Floyd always tells me, don't bring anything down. I got everything you want. But it's something about you want to bring your own stuff. So I bought it. I got it all spooled up, ready to go. And I'm going to use it for salmon fishing out here on Lake Michigan. But the reason that I bought it was to take down to Florida. Just haven't made it yet. Like everything else, I just can't get away for very long. So we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, you will.
Danny says he's got a couple of pursuits. Pretty much bulletproof. I'm really stoked to hear that. I got 2 little 2000 class pursuits. That's my freshwater setup. But then we use it for whiting and stuff down here too, for like trout and stuff. So I'm glad to hear. Like I got them just because I needed a smaller setup.
Yeah. I
didn't know what to get.
Yeah. No, I haven't had no issues with pins so far. The only issue I've had was Kumas. I stopped using those.
And
broken my hand.
Those conflicts made me mad, and my battle is a beast. But I've seen some stupid little issues with it that make me mad. The bail has a tendency of popping off. I think that's dumb. Otherwise, I haven't had real issues. However, I am not a fan of their rods. I will never buy a Penn rod again.
I know people that swear by them, and I know people that, like you, don't use them. I've never used one. Any of my saltwater stuff is either pro angler rods or rods that I made myself. So I haven't tried any of the Penn rods.
That's kind of a direction I want to try going one of these days, making my own.
It's cool. It can be tedious, doing the thread work and all that, and you start watching joining these groups where people do rod building, and you see the super elaborate designs they're making with thread. And it's like, I want to do that, and then you start trying. Oh heck, no, that's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Not a great gamer, Scott Swift. Good to see you guys. Have you made any rods lately? You haven't done it lately, have you?
I have not done it in a while. I've got my first offshore rod sitting on the rack over here, and I would say it's about 2/3 of the way done. It's the first one where I'm doing my own marbling on it, so it's going to be cool. But when you're using epoxies and stuff, if you get anything in there, dust, any kind of contaminant, it can bubble up and stuff. So it's spinning, doing its thing. It looks awesome wet. And then the next day I come in and look, and there's like lumps and low points and high points. And now it's bust out the sandpaper without ruining it, try to get it down to level again so you can re-epoxy. And so when you run into those issues, it kind of takes the wind out of yourself or the motivation to do more of it. You know what I mean? But when it's done, it's going to be a badass offshore boat rod.
Janet asked a question I want to address. She said, Steve, you should do a canning video. You guys have been busy. Yes, we have. And last year I thought, boy, a canning video would be really good. So we did the whole thing where we shot 4 deer last year. We showed how we processed them and did the canning and everything. And it's just like those 2 or 3 videos were like nobody wanted to see them. So I guess who the heck wants to watch me can tomatoes or venison or whatever? Just there was no desire for anybody really to watch them.
I think you should do that. I think that's an issue of timing. You make those videos now, and in November and December, I bet they take off.
Yeah.
Get the right tags in there. Maybe some help from a tube buddy.
Yeah. Well, okay then, Stanley. So I did those last year about, let's see, we were done hunting deer in November. So I probably did those about December. Is there anything that like this year people are going to want to look at those videos? Is there a tag or something that I should be putting on those to maybe draw attention to them to get some?
Yes. Yes, there absolutely is. Couldn't tell you what that is, but after we're all done up here, I can't do it tonight. However, we can have a sit down, take a look and see exactly what people are looking for. We can find that pretty easy.
It's probably, Steve, you're a year late, so don't bother tag, right?
Nope, absolutely not. Hey, he's still getting hits on a video from like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So you got a couple years left.
My best video that still gets more views every day than any other video is that Tacticam video. I mean, if it's something people are looking up on how to, if it pops up, you got a good chance of somebody watching.
DIYs and how-tos, really.
Yeah, they're pretty evergreen.
Last time that I looked, it's been a while. The video that probably I had the most views on at that time was just the simple one I made out in my shop of how to make an ice fishing jaw jacker out of a piece of PVC. And I don't know, it was like 40, 50,000 views. And lately, like I said, I'm not really watching to see, but I know that there's been some interest in the one that I did on a slow death hook. It's just a simple, how do you do this type of thing?
Yep.
No,
Mike, that battery one I did 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe 2018. But yeah, that thing, that's by far my most views of any video I've done. It's like take the next 10 videos and add them together to equal that video.
I did one a while back. I took a Ziploc bag, just showed people how to vacuum seal with a Ziploc bag in the sink. It's a 2.5 minute video, something like that, and it probably took me 4 minutes to film the whole damn thing. It was an absolute dud for about 6 months, and then hunting season rolled around. And it took off, and it's probably one of my top 4 videos, something like that. I'm sure it's in the 15,000 range.
Cool.
Got to do a shout out. Miss Joy Stewart. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for dropping in.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Joy.
Has been a while.
Yep.
Yeah, my very first video, that one was 10, 11 years ago. It's still chugs along. It gets a view, here and there a view. And it was a fishing video, but it was a how-to fishing video. So and a lot of it, how you just word the title.
Yeah.
All those videos you mentioned, that also gets suggested to me.
Joy and Scott moved to Texas. I'm not sure what part, but they are in Texas now.
Huh.
Wow.
Nice. Where are you at?
They were in Colorado, like Denver, wasn't it?
Pretty close, yeah.
Huh.
Cool. Very cool.
Waiting to hear him say, "Oh, we had to move down by the beach."
Nice.
Northeastern Texas.
Okay. Still Texas.
It's still Texas. That's just like 3 states away, Texas.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I think we drove, 6 hours to get to Texas. Then we drove another 8.5 hours in Texas.
Yeah.
That's like driving through Georgia for us. It's like it just never ends. It keeps going and going and going. But probably Texas is even bigger.
Yeah, Texas is bigger.
Yeah,
it's bigger, and I would say, and I'm speaking as a very loyal Texan here, but I would say that I think Georgia's probably prettier. At least the drive is.
Some areas, East Texas is pretty.
It's nice.
Yeah, but West Texas
is pretty. It's just pretty for like 8 hours. Pretty. It can get kind of rough.
It's pretty barren, is what it is.
It's very barren. Yeah.
West Texas is pretty barren. Yeah.
That messes with your head driving through the El Paso area.
Hey, Grant, I think you're moving. Janet wants to go to the beach.
Yeah.
My coworker today told me that he had a dream about me last night that we were moving to Michigan.
What? That's the wrong direction. Too cold up there.
Just saying. That's what he told me. I had a dream. had a dream about you last night. I was helping you pack your trailer to move to Michigan.
Oh, there's another upgrade.
Monica, cheers. Thank you, Monica.
All right. You're going to get that new reel.
Yeah. Don't go conflict. Right, go Shimano. Sorry to say, at least that's my call.
As long as we are moving, she doesn't care where she goes. Come on to Michigan, Jamie. We'd love to have you up here.
Ooh,
hey, you already got friends. You got more friends down here.
And you know you like that salt. You like that salt life, so. Beach, get a boat.
John trying to talk us into moving to Texas when he already owns a house in Michigan.
I don't live there, though. I live in Texas. I just have that house up there, vacation. That's all. When it gets too hot in Texas. Look,
yeah, you got to have some kind of plan of attack for August and September.
Yeah, you move to Texas, Stanley will take you guys fishing in his John boat.
Yeah. Everybody pile in.
Hand everybody a paddle, their own paddle.
Yeah. Might have to put some outriggers on that thing.
Yeah. That would be awesome. What else is going on? So now we got Grant moving to Texas. Grant
from Michigan.
Janet to Texas. And what else we got going on? Steve's real old, and he's having an anniversary next month. What else is going on? Stanley's found a V8 engine for his John boat.
Yeah, now we're talking.
We're all doing real good.
Chris has a new job.
That's good, right? You guys watch his videos. His counterpart usually in the boat with him is his son Chris, and Chris got out of one job and into a much better job apparently. So congratulations, Chris.
Yes, it's always good to enjoy going to your job every day. Or most days. Maybe not every day, but most days.
Yeah, there's that.
Or at least not hate it,
Yeah.
Well, you guys probably got a better boss to work for than mine because he's a horse's patoot, so I hate going to work.
I've heard that about him too.
Old guy should be fired.
Steve, that's actually a good video idea. How to read a tape measure.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that is like the most genius thing I've heard in so long. It is.
I mean, that's a struggle. I mean, they just fired a guy that was 30 years old, didn't know how to read a tape measure. Good idea. What's up, Strung Out? Good to see you, Josh.
The thumbnail in the title. The thumbnail in the title needs to revolve around like those 16-inch increments or that little black triangle. The parts of the measuring tape that nobody knows about.
Yeah, 19.2 inches. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a story to tell you right after I make Mike says Steve has W-2s from helping build the pyramids. So the story about a tape measure, I got to tell you, I was probably 30 years old or so. And actually I was the old guy on a crew. I've been an old guy my whole life, but I was probably 30 years old. We were building apartment complexes and I had younger guys working. I wasn't the boss, but they were kind of taking their lead from me, and I was up in their trusses, and I needed a 2x4 cut 16 inches. So I hollered down to the guy on the ground. I says, Ronnie, cut me a 2x4 15 and 16 sixteenths. Yep, okay. Grabs the tape and reels out there. I'm watching him, and he's, what'd you say? I says, I need a 2x4 15 and 16 sixteenths. Oh, okay. How much was that? This went on for like 3 or 4
He's sitting there counting out every mark.
Yes, and finally he's counting them all out, and he finally gets to the aha moment. Guess what he says to me? I won't say it because we'll get demonetized.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Some people don't know how to read a tape measure. I don't know.
That's ridiculous. I thought you were joking when you said do a video on that. I'm like, who needs a video on how to read a tape measure?
There are people. My daughter-in-law, she doesn't know how. I tried to teach her. You know,
everybody's got to learn it once. And, you know, out of the entire population of the world, what if 20% of them don't have dad or somebody to show them? You know, that friend, the first thing they're going to do is YouTube it.
I just thought it was intuitive. You just look at them, 1 inch, 2. I mean, I just thought it was intuitive.
yeah.
That presumes you can count.
You know, and it's the same thing. Like, okay, are you going to lay out your studs 16 inches on center or 2 foot on center, and which side of the line do you begin on? And there's a lot to it. Somebody mentioned a speed square. Scott Swift said speed square.
I like speed.
There's people that don't know how to read a speed square, and you know, to me, it's simple. You're doing either a common cut or you're doing a hip cut. Some people are like, what the hell is a common cut? What's a hip cut? And it all ties in with one another. So
now you're getting deeper. Okay, reading the.
Yeah. So now I'm wondering, is that a Hall and Ash Outdoors video or Angleside Farms video, or should we get a third channel?
Right.
I said a long time ago, you know, I could probably make videos every day on stuff that I do, building houses, building pole barns, siding, roofing. That's my work. So what we do for fun is the Hall and Ash Outdoors, which now we're doing the Angleside Farm. And I don't know if you guys, I know Stanley doesn't have Facebook, but I just dropped a thing today where with the Angleside Farms, we now have got a Facebook page, and we're going to start raising hogs, a custom made. If you want a pig, tell me you want one. I'm going to feed it out for you. In other words, is what we're going to do. So
cool.
So no, it's not got anything to do with work. It's supposed to all be fun.
Keep it that way. There's probably more money and value in the construction stuff, but keep it with the fun. It's you know, it's supposed to be about mental health, and I'm not totally fond of that term. I apologize, but you know, that's what that's supposed to be about.
Ben says,
Mike says he calls out 16
on the ruler between inches and metric on the other side. Good Lord.
Or 16ths being a quarter of an inch. That's a good way to screw somebody else up too.
Yeah. Hey, I need that 4/8.
Yeah. Janet says she wants a pig. See, Grant, you're going to have to move up here. Or
no, you haven't seen her next comment. It was if you'll deliver.
Oh, that hasn't popped up on my screen yet. I'm still at Scott Swift, so come on down, Janet. I mean, that's how far behind my computer is to what's going on.
Yeah. That little hamster, he's wearing out.
Yeah.
Danny Baker is a city inspector.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, man, that sounds like some fun stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could have a channel just on stories, probably.
Yeah, you actually could. I that's another one that I'm like, that is a good consideration.
Yeah, that goes back on our chat from last week. If your job allows you to video.
Man, there's a channel. I haven't watched him in over a year, but his name is Camelot 3960 with something I don't know, Camelot something. But the dude is basically, he was a manager for GameStop, and they treated him like garbage. And so he started venting. Like, he'd go home, he was upset. You know, he'd like be in tears. And this is a manager. Like, he's a guy who could be sitting here and hanging out with us if he, you know, fished. But he would just go home, turn his computer on, and he'd just start venting to the camera. Like, this is the stuff that they did, and I can't say who this is, but this is what my job did to me. He ended up getting fired, not for YouTube stuff for doing that, but he ended up getting fired, and after he got fired, he was allowed to say it's GameStop. GameStop is the one that did this. This is what they're doing. And he just did an entire channel of him sitting down at his desk and venting about the stories that he went through while he was at GameStop. He built up, I mean, the dude hit like 100,000 subscribers in something like 3 to 6 months, something like that. Because for one, GameStop is all over the news, you know, for how they treat their employees and for different things going on in the news. But for two, How many people have worked at GameStop and got fired for some really shady business practices? He gained every single one of those as a fan. You know, anybody who was working for GameStop at the time and got treated poorly is all of a sudden a fan of this guy. GameStop actually like hit him with like some cease and desist stuff that he won to where they couldn't even shut him down. And I'm not trying to get negative. Like, I'm not encouraging anybody to take that approach, but that's, you know, something that it provides some value to some other people who are suffering through the same thing that you're suffering through if you take the right approach.
Vector 2499, thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening.
I'll talk to you. I got your message, Dennis. I'll talk to you later on, man.
Al's Outdoors, good to see you, ALS. Cheers.
Cheers. We're all catching up with the chat at the same time.
Joy Stewart, oh my God, we had some free furniture I posted and people in Commie Denver wanted us to deliver. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, everybody wants a bargain. They all want it free, and then will you deliver it on top of that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh,
how does Grant win best cap?
Yeah, no kidding. You don't even
need the outdoors cap. I don't wear my own cap because no one else will.
I appreciate you, not a great gamer. I actually sent Jeff that does the bass camo a link that we were live. I was hoping he'd pop in.
I haven't seen him in a minute, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, he's had some personal stuff going on just like the rest of us. Mr. Mountain Bush Rifles Alliance, NBA, good to see you. Late. I hope
everybody's here.
So Grant wins the best hat category, and he also wins the best backdrop category, and he also wins every damn YouTube prize he ever enters into giveaway.
Yeah.
You have a charmed life, Grant.
I win the brightest shirt giveaway or category, okay? Brightest shirt.
I think my Hall and Ash Outdoors giveaway was the last one I won. It must have jinxed me or something.
I probably did jinx you. Probably did. That's what Michigan does.
There's no way that was on purpose.
What's that?
That he got jinxed.
Oh, I bet it was.
All I'm saying is, would you mind picking me 6 numbers, one between 1 and 50, real quick?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Lottery.
Let's go 3, 13, 27, 41, 52, and 19.
Watch the lottery. Those are going to win tonight or whenever the lottery.
I'm writing that one down. I'm not even kidding. I'm writing that down.
Danny Baker, I wear my $6 safety glasses that are shaded for sun. That's all I wear.
You want to know what I wear? Go watch my video on my Shady Rays.
There you go. Go watch that 35,000 view Shady Ray video.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay, so I first off, I totally agree with that. Second off, I live by Mexico, so I get myself the real nice $8 Folkleys from Mexico.
L. Oakleys.
Yeah, the Locleys.
I got the same pair of Costas I wore for probably 5 years now.
I can't hold on. I destroy stuff so bad.
That's why I don't get expensive glasses.
I got a pair from one of those Amazon affiliate. You know, the Amazon, hey, try our products out. And they were all right. They just wasn't comfortable. I could see in the water better. You know, they were polarized or whatever, but they just wasn't comfortable.
Yeah. That's a big part of it when you're fishing all day. I like to not even, I got sunglasses on. You know what I mean? You don't even realize they're there half the time because they're just that comfortable. They're not digging in your nose or squeezing your head or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Phil, everything spicy? Good to see you.
Some people must have a fatter head than others for it to squeeze.
You should know.
Yeah.
Let's don't go there. That's pit vipers. What are pit vipers? Some kind of glasses?
No.
WTF, Mike? Anybody's heard of pit vipers? I haven't.
I hadn't heard of that one.
Me either.
I'm not the person to ask him that, though.
It's all on you, Mike. You got to send them to him.
Yeah. Address, just go to my page. The address is in the description of any of my videos. That address has never had anything sent to it ever. Ever. I've had that for a year now and have had nothing sent to it, not even junk mail.
The P.O. box?
Well, it's not a P.O. box, but yeah, the P.O. box. It's like a P.O. box, yeah.
Okay, everybody look up John's channel and start sending junk mail to his mailbox.
Do it.
Yes. Yes.
I'll be happy. Sign me up for something, so they'll come looking for me. I'm good with that.
I'm about to do a push for Patreon subscribers. I'm going to put a deal where anybody who signs up, I'm going to send them a postcard for Padre Island. And I'll make a deal for anybody who signs up for that. Anybody who signs up for Patreon, if you want me to send mail to John on your behalf, I will do that.
I'll take it.
Mike says he'll send them if you promise to wear them, John.
Look, you know what? I can't promise without knowing what they look like. All right. Here, I'll promise I'll put them on in a live stream. They might not stay on long if there's some goofy. That's a gift.
All right, Monica, cheers. Get back to work. Make us some more money.
Yep. Thank you, Monica.
I said the M word. Let's see if I get in trouble for that one.
Yeah. We never got to play on that either, Stanley. I really wanted to bring that out that next live stream. You said no, not yet. Too fresh, so we never got to.
Well, what's funny is none of those people are around anymore, so I'm kind of curious how that call would go.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like testing it a little.
Pushing the envelope. Yeah.
It's been a couple of months now to where things should have settled down. If somebody were to say something, that would make for a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Ma'am.
Hey, I get to tell you. Remember?
Go ahead.
He had somebody, he said ma'am more than once, I guess, on social media that really offended somebody. You remember that?
I remember
they
now.
Called his boss to tell his boss that he's saying ma'am on social media.
Yep.
And to me, it's like if I say ma'am and that offends you, well, then get the out of here because I grew up saying ma'am, sir.
It's like I said before, I went up to see my mom. This is years ago. She was up in the hospital. They told me what floor she was on. Didn't tell me the room. So I get to the hospital. I'm up on that floor. I see a nurse and I says, "Excuse me, ma'am, could you tell me what floor my mom or what room my mom is in?" And that nurse blew up at me for calling her ma'am. I says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Would you prefer I call you bitch?"
Yeah. Sir. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah. What do you want me to call you? I thought ma'am was a sign of respect.
It is. Unless you're the new woke generation or where they are now. I don't even know what they are now.
I'm not even going to say it was that. It wasn't a woke thing. It was somebody trying to make it a woke thing. It's not. There's no woke anything about being respectful for somebody with something like that. You know what I mean? And it is. It is respectful, and it came from a respectful kind of a place. And people want to get offended about stuff that's fine. That's their right. But at the same time, you have the right to have an open conversation about it. So,
yeah. I was in the building code office the other day pulling a building permit, older lady sitting next to me. And we got on this very same thing talking about respect. And I told her, I always say, ma'am. I said, are you offended by, somebody calling you ma'am? She said, of course not. That's a sign of respect. But where I do have a problem is when somebody says young lady. And I said, oh, I always call anybody young lady or ma'am. She says, no, don't do that. Because what you're doing is you're referring that I really am an old lady and you're trying to make me feel good by calling me a young lady. Got a point there.
That's probably her feeling. I think there's probably some folks that don't mind being called young. I do that to young man, to people that are older than me sometimes. It's not making fun of them or anything. It's just, I don't know what it is.
On the other side of the coin, I call everybody sir. And, it's one thing. It does have a different connotation. I'm not going to lie. But if I refer to somebody who's older than me as sir, it does have a different connotation than when I call a 6-year-old sir. But I will call a 6-year-old sir just as soon as I will somebody who's, 78. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what the age is. Everybody's sir. that's what you refer to somebody until you're on a first name basis with them.
Yep. All right, so we're down to the last minute. We have not watched all 3 of the 4 hour videos. Where we at?
They're out there.
Us 3. Hopefully, Steve will get to go fishing this weekend. Get that boat.
He made it into my Instagram post.
Yeah,
I seen that. I want to say thank you so much. That was cool.
That was awesome. You're not
I wasn't
following
gonna
him
leave you
on
out.
Instagram.
I love
Check out his Instagram. That was good.
Yep. You posted that right before or right when I got home from lunch. So I was playing it, and Janet was she was rolling laughing at the Instagram post.
That makes my day. That's so awesome.
She was rolling. All right, so next week, where are we at? Over at John's.
Is it me or you, Grant or Stanley? It's me, right? No, it was me last week.
No, it's my turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn.
Stanley's turn.
Yes.
So if you guys don't have John, Steve, or Stanley, next week we'll be
Get
at
on
Stanley.
it.
All 3 links are in the description. Thank you so much for hanging out. Another Monday. Everybody good?
We're good.
Till next time.
you next time.
Good evening, Missies.